I come to you with amazing news. So apparently, Polypop decided to add the best feature ever. And if you don't know what Polypop is, first of all, go watch my other videos on the subject. But for a quick recap, I like to describe Polypop as OBS Studio, but in 3D, but it's much more than that. It's its own broadcasting software that runs on a game engine, allowing you to do 3D stuff, 2D stuff too. But on top of that, it connects with the platform's APIs, allowing you to connect everything together like in a very user-friendly way, meaning that channel points, for example, you want to drop some 3D objects, you want to emit particles, you want your camera to do a backflip, all of it is possible and easy to do. Polypop is also today's sponsor, but if you watch my live streams over at twitch.tv/Gael-level, you'll know that it's a service that I use on every live stream. So I want to show you this new feature that they have, but I also want to give you a bunch of tips and tricks about things that you may not know about Polypop. So make sure you watch until the end and hopefully you'll learn something. Let's go. So we are here in Polypop on a fresh scene, and you're going to see that top left, there's this new thing called plugins. And if you click on it, you're gonna see kind of like a new library. And the reason why this is so important, at least to me, it's because it opens the door to so many possibilities. Basically, you can download Polypop, install it, and use it, and only install elements that you need, elements that you want, but also it creates a library of different packs that you can download to basically endlessly customize your Polypop experience. You can download presets, you can download pretty much games that your chat can play. You can download alerts, of course. For example, in 3D Elements, we have Snapshot. If I install this, I'll have a preset where Polypop can take a 3D snapshot of my camera, for example. And I can link that, of course, to channel points, to alerts, to chat, to whatever I want. There's a bunch of them. For example, 3D models, you can download 3D packs. For example, if it's the holidays and you want to switch up a little bit, you're going to have a holiday pack. You have some alerts, you have some games. One that I personally use is the dice game on my live streams, and if someone rolls a 12, it creates an explosion of coins. But there's player picker that you can use for giveaways, for example. There's pachinko, and there's also preset that has multiple categories within it. For example, you can have full overlay packs or full scenes that you can add to your quote-unquote project. For example, during the holidays, you can just click on Christmas scene and not have to think about creating or looking for assets or all of that. Everything is included. There are hotkey presets, there are some Luma transition packs, there are some image filter presets, particle presets, stinger transition packs. It is basically a Polypop giant library. Web services, for example, is basically which platforms you would like to be connected to Polypop so that you can interact with. Let's add the Christmas scene, for example. So for example, you can go on Christmas scene 1, click on install, close it, and now when you click the plus under your scene layout, you can just click on Christmas scene 1, add, with a couple seconds, and it's really that fast. There you go, I have a Christmas scene. Pretty cool, right? But it's not just, hey, this is an animated overlay. We are in Polypop. It is still a game engine broadcasting software. So if I go check in the library, you will see that we have, for example, a hotkey preset. If you're curious to know what they do, you just click on action sequence. You can see, okay, it's going to trigger a couple of things here. Let's test it out. Oh, it's a it's a huge ornament just rolling by. And of course, you can link that to channel points. You can link that to alerts. You can do whatever you want with it, but it comes pre-installed with a hotkey. Okay, to be fair, a couple of you probably saw it earlier. I'm going to show you what I'm mostly excited about, and it's my own Christmas theme that you can install and use. So let's click on it and then click add. And there you go. Here, this is supposed to be a game capture, but to make it look good while I'm filming this tutorial, I'm gonna make it capture a Chrome tab. There you go. My friend Viking is actually playing Assassin's Creed. And basically this is the scene that you get, but this is how you get it, right? This is how it starts. It actually has a bunch of alerts and some keyboard shortcut stuff that you can activate to make it more interactive. If you look top right, you're gonna see it installed a global scene. Those are sources that are gonna be visible on every single scene. And those are the alerts. Usually you don't wanna copy paste alerts. You don't want to put your alert box on every single scene and all of that. Boom, Polypop takes care of that. And then Gael Christmas scene is going to be the things that are in that specific scene. So let me show you the alerts. One easy way of doing that is opening up the library, going to Twitch alerts. By the way, if you're already connected to Twitch through Polypop, like it does everything for you. It's already done, basically. When you get a new follower, it's going to do this. Boom, new follower, couple purple hearts, and a little bit of extra snow. When you get a new sub, it's gonna do this. This time you're gonna get some stars, some extra particle bursts. On a resub, you're gonna get this. Very similar to the normal sub, except the stars are slightly different color. On a gift sub, you're gonna get this. Look at that. And you can actually change the color of the ribbon. I modeled that. I created this model just for this pack. I had to learn how to do that. If you're getting raided while you're live, you're gonna get this alert. All right, couple ornaments dropping. And I should have addressed that, but like this part here is actually your chat box, which you can find under browsers. There you go. And you can put that link. It's basically a browser source like any other stuff. I'm gonna put my name in there and reload just to make sure it's connected to the right one. There you go. And then I'm gonna say hi. There we go. And it ignored Nightbot. Of course, you can customize it as much as you want. Now, there's one thing that I really wanted to test with Polypop, and that's the fact that since we have so much possibilities, maybe I don't necessarily have to switch scenes all the time to go from one setup to the other. In this case, we're observing a gameplay scene, right? I would be here and my game would be down there. But if we like the theme, why would we have to create a different scene and have to copy paste things in there? No, you don't have to. With a simple keyboard shortcut that I added here, you're gonna see hotkey gameplay and hotkey chatting. If we test that hotkey, boom, we just switched it up. Now we are in a just chatting setup. Our chat didn't move, our gameplay is up there. If we're in the lobby, if we're queuing up for a game or something like that, it is perfect. Now, cool, I showed you how you can add a preset scene using the plugins tab in Polypop. Let's go back to plugins and check something out. So the recap so far is you go to the plugin tab, you find something that you like, you click install, then you close and it will appear in your categories here. Talking about categories, if you go under image filter, you're gonna see something called the Gael-ifier. Gael-ifier. Click on it, add it. Yes, it is my own filter. Click add, and then don't do anything. Just kidding. Oh, by the way, I accidentally switched out the UI. You can go up there, click on preferences, go to user interface, and then you can set the size to whatever you want, including very big, which is a pretty cool accessibility feature. I really like the small look, but for the sake of the tutorial, I'm gonna keep it at 100. I'm gonna keep it 100. Anyways, under Gael-ifier, what you can do is click the button activate, and you will Gael-ify your scene. So of course, it's basically like a filter, so you can put it wherever you want. I would probably put it on top of everything, and let's try again. There you go. That's a Gael-ifier. It basically uses my color scheme, and it actually starts with a G pattern, which is so cool. So the amazing people at Polypop did this for me, and also for you guys, because you can use that. All right, one more time, because I can't get enough of it. You see that? You see the G? Do it the wrong way. It's so cool. And of course, it is one button that you can activate. So if I wanted to make like a channel point or anything like that, let me show you just how easy it is. For example, cheer alerts. Let's make a cheer alert. I'm gonna click plus, and let's say alert 500 threshold of bits. You know what? You give me 50 bits. When you cheer the 50 bits, boom, there you go. That's it. That's all it is. I can test my 50 bits cheer alert. It activates it. When I say it's easy to use, I'm not I'm not oversimplifying, I'm not lying. It is that easy. So there you go. Anyways, if you're already using Polypop, make sure you're updated and check out the plugins tab, of course. Talking about updates, this is something that is going to be updated frequently. There's going to be more and more stuff that you can download, so keep an eye out on it from time to time. I am personally going to be working with the people at Polypop, so if you have any ideas for cool scenes or anything like that, leave your comment in a comment section below, and maybe that will be added to this broadcasting software. Again, Polypop is currently completely free. Just go to polypoplive.com and try it out. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, you will definitely enjoy my other videos on Polypop. And yeah, this is fun. I'm super happy. I have my own theme on a broadcasting software. I also have my own filter. Isn't that cool? Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Happy holidays, and I will see you next time. Go out there, make me proud. Gael Level out.